Welcome back to another math problem. So today we're going to show you an example on how to find the correlation coefficient.
And we're going to know the difference between having a positive and negative correlation.
So let's get on with the video. In this example, we're going to find the correlation coefficient between numbers of hours slept and straight A's. So we already have the data samples of these 5 individuals. And the first thing we're going to do is find the mean of each of X and Y. So for this, we're going to add all of this and subtract it by 5. So the mean will be, it would be 6, and for this example, it will be 10. So after finding the mean for X and Y, we're going to move on into the third step. So in the third step, for each of the values, we're going to subtract the mean. So for example, for X, we're going to copy all these. So 8, 4, 5, 3, and 10. And we're going to subtract the mean. So the mean is 6. So what this is going to equal to is 2. 4 minus 6 will be -2, be -1, -3, and 4. And then we're going to square these numbers right here. So this will look like this. Squared. So the squared would be 4, 4, 1, 9, and 16. After we square all these numbers, the last step for X would be to add the numbers together. So the sum of all this will be 34. Now for the fourth step, we're going to find the Y. So we're going to repeat the same steps, but except with the samples of Y. So this would look like this. And we're going to copy these each value. So it will be 10, 6, 7, 11, 16, and we're going to subtract it by the mean of 10. And this will equal to 0, -4, -3, 1, and 6. After we find the value, we're going to square it. So it will be 0, square root of -4 will be 16, 9, 1, and 36. Finally, the last step will be to add the squared of these numbers. The sum will be 62. So we have the sum for X, and then we have the sum for Y, and we can move on to the next step. So now I'm going to let Sarahi finish the rest of the problem.
So the fifth step is to multiply the value of X and the value of Y. We're going to multiply each individual one. So we're going to multiply 2 times 0, -2 times -4, -1 times -3, -3 times 1, and 4 times 6. So we're going to plug that into this value, into this equation, and it's going to be 0, 8, 3, 3, and 24. So the sixth step is to find the covariance, and this is the formula for the covariance. So now we're going to plug in the numbers into this formula. So the sum of the both values X and Y is going to be 38 as we added all of these up. So we're going to plug that in, 38 over n minus 1. And since there's 5 individuals, we're going to subtract 5 minus 1, which is equal to 4. So the covariance would ultimately equal to 9.5. So the seventh step is to find individual values of X and Y. So the first one is X, and we're gonna plug in the sum of X squared, which is 34, square root, plug in the sum of squares, and divided by n minus 1, which is 4. And for SY, we're going to do the same thing. Plug in the y, the the sum of squares for y, which is 62, and divided by n minus 1, which is 4. So the values of each individual one is going to be 2.9 and 3.9. So the final step is to calculate Pearson's R, and this is the formula for Pearson's R. So we're going to plug in the covariance of xy, which is 9.5, over the value of x and the value of y, which we solved right here. So it's going to be 2.9 times 3.9, which is going to be... So once we calculate this, Pearson's R is going to be 0.53, which is going to determine the correlation coefficient between number of hours of slept and grades. So in conclusion, we're going to determine if this is going to be a positive or negative correlation. And if the Pearson's R is closer to 0, that means that there is no correlation. And if it's closer to 1, that means that's going to be a positive correlation. So in this case, it's 0.53, which is closer to 1, which is going to be a positive correlation, and concludes that the number of hours of sleep do affect grades.
Example on how to find the correlation.
Determine the
Together. I don't know what was the point of that. Thanks for watching. Why did I do that?
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. No, that's weird. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching.